The road to Paris just delivered another unforgettable chapter. In a race packed with world-class talent, fierce tactical battles, and unexpected drama, the mixed 4x400-meter relay once again proved why it's one of the most exciting events in track and field. The United States arrived as favorites with a stacked lineup featuring Matthew Boling, Lynna Irby-Jackson, Willie, and Kendall Ellis. But Nigeria, Italy, South Africa, Bahrain, and India were all fighting for those precious Olympic qualification spots. This was speed, strategy, pressure, and heartbreak, all packed into one incredible relay.
So the men's event at the World Championships placed in 5th position. So this event, India, as we say, good quality throughout their men's and women's squad. But the US team, Matthew Boling, Lynna Irby-Jackson, Willie, and Kendall Ellis. Again, the US, the likes of Noah Lyles and Gabby Thomas are here as well. And it's great at this stage of the season, Daph, as you mentioned, to have some real star names in this, even at a very early stage in the season for them.
Yeah, but you know, it's qualifying for the Olympics is a very important thing. So if you can do it now, it's the best preparation for the rest of the season. It's already in, so you are ready for the Olympics. So you can train for it, you focus on it, and I think that's the best thing to do. And that's why the big stars are here as well.
There certainly are. See Lynna Irby-Jackson on screen for the US. I've got to say the wind, Daph, it's hard to equate from up here as to exactly what it's doing to the athletes, but I must say 5 minutes before we came on air, half of my paper blew across the stand. Start lists and stats and all sorts have gone flying through the air and are probably somewhere in the Caribbean Sea by now. But the conditions down the back straight, particularly for that long leg in this, the long part of the straight, if you like, seems to be in the runner's face down there. It's a tough part of the track.
I think it's more difficult on the other side of the track, but the 100-meter side is really good, I think, for them. But we don't know how it's on the track, of course.
Yeah, but more of an impact is probably the 4x1 later on the second leg running down the back straight, which is a leg you know very well. Of course, as well as we see the Nigerian team preparing at the moment, the third leg, Chidi Okezi, and again in this particular heat, once again the team's all going with that tried and tested even male athlete to lead off, and then on leg 3 as well. We were talking about, Daph, whether it would make it more interesting, maybe in some exhibition events you draw it out of a hat, but for these guys where they're trying to rehearse it all, Said, we're just seeing the Bahrainian team as well. Man-woman has become a tried and tested formula for everybody.
Yeah, I think in the beginning they tried to change it up, but in this moment I think this is the best way to do it, because they've tried a lot, but I think this is the best way.
And how hard is it as an athlete? I mean, for example, if you're a female athlete running against a male athlete on the same leg, and you know they're 200 meters behind, but they're probably coming. I mean, that's normally when you're running against athletes, they're right round you. You can see what everybody's doing, but when you've got no idea what's going on.
I think that's a difficult thing when you are a woman and you know that a male is coming. So I think that's very difficult to do that, and that's mostly for the fun and meet with the lactic. So I think it's the best decision to, keep men in like the same position.
Hungarian team, as I mentioned, they've just got a couple of squads here out of the 5 events. There are a number of teams who have squads in all 5 of the events today. In fact, there are 14 of the federations have teams in all 5 of the events, over 150 teams across the 5 events, nearly 900 athletes from 54 countries. There is $40,000 per team prize money, by the way, for the winners of the final tomorrow as well. So the headline is for the ticket to Paris, but of course that prize money, I'm sure, will be well worth the effort tomorrow as well. So South Africa on the inside, Mtikulu will lead them off to Nhubui, to Nokia, and to Helden Hayes. Matthew Boling, Lynna Irby-Jackson to Willie, to Kendall Ellis for USA. Nigeria, Agazi, Onajawebo, Okezi and Joseph. Bahrain, as I mentioned, they have Musa Isa on the first leg, Adekoya, Ali, and then Naser on the anchor. Italy with Riccardo Melli to lead them off, to Polinari, to Denchadi and Bonora. Hungary with Molnar, Mato, Enyingi and Molnar. And on the inside, India, Ramesh, Rupal, Kumar and Dandy. So, well, I tell you what, the first heat didn't disappoint, did it? With the amount of drama we had in the home straight. Well, we have the same again in second of the 4 heats, the mixed 4x400 meters. USA obviously will be favourites in this one. Italy have been strong, and Bahrain, if they can keep Naser within striking distance as well, will be in contention for that second spot. sun behind the clouds. It's a cool temperature now, still well in the 20 degrees Celsius and upwards region, but that wind right across the stadium really is blowing. So where we go, Nigeria were a pretty sluggish start there from Samuel Agazi, but he's got 390 metres to sort that out. Also a pretty conservative start from Rajesh Ramesh, right on the inside, the right shot for India. Matthew Boling, right on the outside, just up on Matthew Kulu of South Africa. Outside him, a strong start from Attila Molnar of Hungary as well in the white and red as they go through the halfway point on this opening leg. Matthew Boling, rising talent in the US running. Probably just about in the lead here for USA. Nigeria have run a strong second half of the race, and Ghazi will wait for that first bench stagger to unwind. So Matthew Boling to hand on to Lynna Irby-Jackson for the USA, just about getting the baton in the hand first, ahead of Nigeria and Hungary. Italy in the blue in around about 5th position at the moment. They're being closed down outside them by Bahrain, who have Kemi Adekoya on the second leg. So Irby-Jackson is challenged down that back straight by Onajuwefo of Nigeria. Those two have opened up around about 10 metres or so on the rest, with Hungary leading the chasing pack at the moment from South Africa, Italy, Bahrain, and then come India at the back of the group of 7 at the moment. 2 passports to Paris available for this second heat, and it's the USA with Lynna Irby-Jackson who'll be handing on to Ryan Willie for the third leg. Nigeria have Chidi Okezi waiting on their third leg. Baton in the hand. USA weren't the smoothest there. Italy now have moved up into 3rd position after that change. Lapo Bianciardi has the baton for them. South Africa in 4th with Anthony Nokia. Also going through very strongly in the early part of this third leg, Bahrain with Abbas Yusuf Ali. You can see wide out there. If that group of 4 can reel in Nigeria in second, Daphne, this could get interesting.
It's very interesting, but the first 2 are running really fast, and they're out of them. Oh, they are coming now.
Oh, we got a fall.
They are in a battle.
Bahrain have gone down at the top of your picture there. So they were out of the race. They will get another chance tomorrow if they don't complete. But it's Nigeria who on the final leg will have Esther Joseph. She'll be taking on, for the USA, Kendall Ellis. So Nigeria and US, they've got about a 15 or 20 metre lead now from Italy, South Africa, Hungary, and India a long way back. Bahrain are not continuing, they are out of it, so they will have to come back tomorrow in Olympic qualifying round 2. But it's Nigeria at the moment. Esther Joseph with Kendall Ellis, who has plentiful international relay experience. The challenge in behind at the moment is being led still by Italy. South Africa challenging them for 4th position, but now USA exerting their authority. Kendall Ellis into the straight. We'll have a little look up at the screen to see what's going on behind her. Nigeria looking to hang on here, and surely will do from there, despite the efforts of South Africa moving up into 3rd. So our next Paris Olympians in the mixed 4x400 metre relay will be the USA. No surprise. Good run from Nigeria, holding on Esther Joseph in the end to the line. And Nigeria on their way to Paris as
the
well.
United States executed this race almost perfectly from start to finish. Matthew Boling controlled the opening leg brilliantly, staying relaxed through the first 200 meters before accelerating into the exchange zone to put the USA in prime position. Lynna Irby-Jackson then extended the advantage with a composed and technically clean second leg, despite difficult windy conditions around the stadium. One of the key tactical elements once again was the now standard relay order of man-woman, man-woman. Teams continue to rely on this structure because it minimizes direct gender mismatches during critical moments of the race and creates more predictable pacing patterns. Nigeria deserves enormous credit for their performance. After a slightly conservative start, they stayed calm and built momentum through the middle stages. Their baton exchanges were efficient, and they consistently applied pressure to the Americans. Esther Joseph's anchor leg was especially impressive as she resisted strong late pressure and secured Olympic qualification for Nigeria. The biggest turning point of the race came during the third leg when Bahrain went down after contact in a crowded chasing pack. It completely ended their challenge before Salwa Eid Naser, arguably their biggest weapon, could even receive the baton. Up until that moment, Bahrain looked capable of fighting for qualification. Italy and South Africa also ran disciplined races, but neither team had the finishing speed necessary to challenge the top two. India showed promise again, continuing to demonstrate growing depth in relay events, although they lacked the overall pace to stay with the leading nations over the final 200 meters. The standout performance of the entire race came from Kendall Ellis on the anchor for Team USA. She ran with total control, timing her acceleration perfectly. Rather than attacking too early, she gradually increased the pace over the final 150 meters and completely broke the race open. Her experience and composure under pressure were decisive. In the end, the USA not only qualified for Paris, but also broke the championship record with 3:11.52, confirming their status as one of the strongest relay nations in the world heading into the Olympic season. Nigeria's second-place finish was equally significant, a confident, tactical, and resilient performance that earned them a deserved Olympic berth.